You're listening to In Our Headphones, and I'm Evie Stokes, back today with Mikaela Davis, a multi-talented artist based out of New York. Here today to chat about a song from Hannah Cohen. Welcome back, Mikaela.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So you brought this beautiful song from Hannah today. It's called Dusty. It's from her newest and fourth album called Earthstar Mountain. Let's listen to it. You just heard Dusty from Hannah Cohen. That's from the new album Earthstar Mountain. So, Mikaela, tell me what you can about Hannah Cohen.
Hannah is a friend of mine. We both live in the Catskill Mountains. And so Earthstar Mountain, this album is really kind of about that area, her life living in the Catskills. And so I connect with it because I also live in the Catskills. And Dusty is the opening track off of Earthstar Mountain. And it was one of the first, maybe it was the first single. I can't remember actually, but I love that song because it grabs you right away. There's this flute moment that happens, and it's just so beautiful, and it feels like you're floating in space. And there's this like classical guitar intro, acoustic guitar intro that reminds me of Animal Crossing.
Oh.
I hope she's okay with that, but I love that. It's this line that's like boo 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 boo, and I just picture like this is the scene of the most perfect, lovely, heavenly space that you might imagine yourself being in harmony. So I love this song.
Animal Crossing will do that to a person too.
Yeah.
Much like the Catskills. So this was sort of a keepsake that Hannah wrote over the course of 4 years. There's a ton of collaborators on this record. It's cool to see people like Clairo and Sufjan Stevens. Were you around for the making of this album, if she's your friend and sort of in the area with you?
I wasn't around for it, but I do know some of the people who played on it. They're all amazing musicians. And Oliver Hill, who's a friend of mine, played violin on it too. He played strings. And just like adding the swelling to that along with the flute, it's so beautiful. Something I really love about this song is the lyrics. And there's this one part specifically that's maybe the bridge. And she says, "The sun's coming down so early, the clock's only barely struck 5, lonely on a quiet night," which is like so classic East Coast. If it's like a snowy evening and the sun sets really early, I can just imagine that immediately. And then she goes on to say, "I can hear the neighbor's TV coming through the walls like a lullaby." And something I love to do, taking a walk and just looking in people's windows and seeing like what their vibe is like, how they decorate their space or like what they're watching on TV.
Yeah.
Maybe a little creepy. I don't like linger.
I do the same thing. I hear you.
It just reminds me of that coziness of just, walking around your neighborhood and checking out what everyone else would be doing in their downtime. And then she goes on to say, "Everywhere you go now, there you are," which is like accepting your life through all the twists and turns. And something I always think about when I hear that line is the book Be Here Now by Ram Dass. And it's about like anchoring your attention in the present moment and trying to detach from overthinking. So I think it's a great song to help yourself feel grounded.
I love hearing you mention Ram Dass. Do you feel like you think of his works when you were writing Graceland Way, your new record?
Not specifically, no. But it could have happened subconsciously, for sure.
Yeah. So how was the making of Graceland Way and the release and everything since?
Really, really fun. When I went into the studio, I basically just had a couple of ideas and that was it. So we didn't know what was going to happen and just wrote and recorded it all at once. Basically, some of the demos ended up becoming the songs, mm-hmm. and then others we would redo and re-record. But it was a really fun experience to create with my friends and basically just live at Dan Horn's studio in Glendale, California while we were making the record. And I can't believe it's out. It's crazy.
How much time did you spend actually making the record?
Over the course of a year, on and off, a little over a year. It started in December of 2024. John Shannon and I, who's my partner who co-wrote most of the record with me, we flew out to Dan's studio and just started making demos and then came back to it in the spring of 2025 and finished it in the summertime and was really finished with mixing and such in the fall. So it took about a year.
You went through the seasons.
Yep.
Exactly. Well, the record's great, and we're so grateful to you for coming by today. Would you like to tell people where they can find you, where to find your music, follow you, all that?
Sure. You can go to my website, MikaelaDavis.com.